Hey guys, your boy MKS and welcome back to another episode of my brand new show. It's no longer a podcast because I've realised there's too many of them. I don't want to be like everybody else, so this is a talk show. And thanks to my guest who's behind the camera, I haven't got another camera for them, but my guest behind the camera helped me come up with the proper name, which is On the Couch, because we're sat on the couch with myself, Melvin, MKS, or whatever it is. As you can see, jersey for this week. The cool Brooklyn Nets jersey, Cam Thomas, from the 75th anniversary season of the NBA. That's my young buck. If you follow me on Instagram, you know about all the time when I'm saying don't sleep on 24. This is who we're talking about, Cam Thomas. So, yeah, he's going to break LeBron's scoring record if he gets enough game time. Anyway, enough of all that. My sister is behind the camera, Steph. Say hello to them.
Hey.
Yep, here she is. We're here to talk about something, but before we do that, as you can see, another bottle of Prim. So obviously we've got to sample that. Are you all down to sample that? Yeah. Obviously we've got Nathan behind the camera. You can say hello to them.
What flavour is that?
It's KSI's special flavour. It's Prime, Promide, Primera. That's Primera Uno. All languages. You get me? So we're trying to try some, yeah.
Yeah.
Say that. So you down, yeah?
Tried it before.
Yeah, this is a new. I haven't tried this flavour before either. The one I tried.
No, I haven't even tried any of them.
Any of them? Any of them's calm. Today's the first day.
That better not be mine. It's too much.
It's for my camera right here. There you go. Obviously the blue cup as tradition on the couch. Alright. Hold on!
I'm smelling it.
Yeah.
It smells like KA.
Alright then.
Pineapple. What did
I already
you say?
yeah?
Yeah.
Bottoms up now.
It literally just tastes like squash with
Yeah.
water in it.
It is,
Very
it's,
strong,
it's,
like,
it's, yeah.
squash.
There's not enough
Is that
water in
it?
the squash.
It's like Robinson.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And it's been in the fridge for a minute, so it's proper chill.
It's not bad, I guess.
It's not bad.
It's alright. It's not insane. I'll be real. The hype needs to calm down. Big man, you just need to stock your drink, man. You work on the supply chain, because right now, it's not looking good at all. Anyway, that was a prime test. Today's episode, also coming up, we're going to discuss the timeline topic that's been on timeline recently. I mean, as of when we're recording this whole thing started yesterday. But when this comes out, it might be a bit later. But it's a timeline topic. And as you can see in the title, we're dealing with a big one. Why I'm no longer working with Broadcasting United. Now, let's get into the pre-topic because my guest has to go soon. There was a video in the timeline. I don't know if it'll be in the video or not, but to summarize it basically, there was a girl that had a date one time with some guy, and basically she asked the guy, "Oh, are you gonna get me an Uber to the place?" So bear in mind they're in separate locations, and then she said, "Oh, are you gonna book me an Uber to get to the destination?" And the guy said, "Yeah." And then they went about, hit up different pubs because they were having a good time, all of that. Cool. Now the next week, she has another date. And so she's gone with this guy, she's messaged him, "Oh, are you gonna book me an Uber to the location?" The guy says, "No. You can get your cab there, you can get the bus there, you can get the train there. So that's how I'm gonna get there so we can meet there, our time, right, all of that." Now there's a whole debate on the timeline about, is this second guy wrong? Now I've got my take in it, but I'm not trying to get cancelled. So I've brought a woman along to give her side of the story. So Steph, you've seen this thing.
Yeah.
Is my man wrong for telling a girl that he should meet her there and not consider how she's getting there?
I don't think he's wrong.
I don't see the issue with it.
I really don't think he's wrong. And he's also said that that's how he's getting there. So
Right.
he's given the same options that he's going to use to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And so if this is the first time you're seeing the girl shouldn't assume that, he's going to be paying for everything. If it's like the fourth or fifth time, depending on his finances or whatever, then yeah, like you can ask him. But I don't think you should be, demanding, different things too early on.
Right. Nah, I hear it. Cause thing is that I'm trying my best to see both sides of the thing, saying that okay, I can see why she asked that, but I don't see why she asked that because really and truly, yeah, if you're gonna link up with somebody and neither of you are driving, then really and truly, you shouldn't really be asking someone to book a cab for you to get there on time. Really and truly.
So this is why you got sacked?
No, this isn't to do with me getting sacked.
Oh.
No.
I was so confused.
Nah, this is a separate thing. This is a timeline topic, bro.
Oh,
No.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, like, I get it, cool, one person, but the thing is, I'm kind of upset with the first brother. Because you're going above and beyond.
But he might not be. Like,
But
his
this
financial situation might be calm, but he can just pattern it.
Yeah, you know what?
But you can't just because one guy can do it doesn't mean everyone can. So you shouldn't automatically assume.
But you see, that's the problem. You're damaging the market. You see how PSG damaged the market. They paid 150 mil for an Mbappe loan. To loan him for that season. And so now everyone else is saying, wait, if I can get 150 M's for a loan, I'm going to start charging for loans as well. And you see, that's where you mess up the market. And so, in this thing now, and bear in mind, do you know why it's an L for my man? Because listen, you got her a cab there, so I'm assuming you also got her a cab home.
And she's going on
You're
the
going
with
on
another guy.
all these different pubs, you're buying drinks and thing, you're doing a pub crawling thing. Next week, where is she? With her next man. So, who won?
She did.
I mean, yeah.
Then she didn't because
She didn't. Because
no one won.
no one won. Everyone lost in that situation.
Yeah.
There's no 3 points anywhere. Everyone get one point for a draw. 0-0 everywhere. It's not, listen, let me tell you something. If you're going out as an adult in this day and age, you need to know how you're getting there and you're getting back. Because you see me, yeah, if I ever have a daughter, the last thing I want is for her to go to a party and at the end of the night, you see them girls that stand outside like this,
Yeah, rely on
in
man
their
to get
dress,
away
and
home.
they're looking around, looking for a man to
You need
beat.
find your own way home.
Because bear in mind, and someone might say, what? Nah, it's fine, like, why are you saying that? But bro, one day you could hop in a man's car, you tell him, oh yeah, take a left here. He takes a right. Then where are you going now? Before you know it, you're at Travelodge. You get it? So, listen, yeah, we need to learn shame. Listen, yeah, if you're meeting up with somebody, know how you're going to get there, know you're going to get back, okay? Just please, yeah. We live in London.
That's a traveller.
Listen, we live in London, okay? Like, there's ways to get everywhere, okay? So please, like, just figure it out. Please, don't be asking people to book you Ubers, because that's just, for me, it's a bit of a howler. Obviously, context, situations, all of that, but if you're gonna meet someone for the first time, don't expect
But
them
she
to
might
book
be
you a
high
cab.
maintenance.
Then she needs to sort her stuff out before she come out into the streets. Because nobody got time for that. Cost of living, and you want me to do high maintenance?
Yeah.
Are you the TFL? Are you a train for you to be doing high maintenance? No, you're a human being. Sort yourself out and then come to the streets.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much to my sister. We'll get you on the show properly, Al.
Yeah.
Big love to Steph. Your meeting's in a few minutes, so
Yeah.
if you want to head up, and then we'll get into our other parts of the show. Thanks again.
Cool.
Yo, this thing's mad sweet, you know. All right, yeah. Big love to my sister for that one. That topic there just had to get addressed on a quick one. Now, before we even get into the whole broadcasting thing, there are two more things we need to talk about. All right. One being Jonathan Majors, and the second being Masego's new album. Now we're gonna get into Jonathan Majors. Listen, you see this Majors guy, yeah, bro. He's actually like the coldest.
Wait, who's that?
Jonathan Majors. He's the actor.
Oh.
The only one in Creed,
Oh.
and the one who played Kang in Quantumania.
Oh yeah.
Brother, he is an actor, you know. Quantumania was a bad film, but he was the good part of the bad film. He stood out. And then you see Creed, yeah.
Have you watched Creed?
Yeah, on release. Don't lack.
The release.
Don't lack. Yeah. Well, listen, when it's Black Excellence, me
I
there.
haven't watched that. I need to though. I've heard good things.
Oh mate, it's an excellent film. Excellent film. Like honestly, it's genuinely good. Really, really good film. Like very, 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 very
You
good.
watched the previous ones as well.
Of course.
Okay.
Without a doubt. What am I gonna do watching number 3 when I don't know what I'm gonna 1 and 2?
So the story connects, does it? Or...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. It's been a long time since I watched number 2 though.
Yeah, it came out a while ago.
Time ago. But yeah, no, I did see that one. It's a good film, man. Yeah, no, big man thing. Everyone should go watch that. Really and truly, you should watch that because it's actually a very, very good film. Better than that Ant-Man and everything that Marvel trying to put together.
Ant-Man.
You know what I'm saying? These fast food movies, as I call them. You know what I'm saying? You're pumping a new thing out every 3 months. How you do that?
Are you into the Marvel thing at all?
Of course. I mean, we've got the whole thing posted there, bro. But yeah, no,
Who you got there? Who's that?
It's Iron Man and Black Widow.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm into the Ant-Man thing. Sorry, the Marvel thing. I like it. You know, I'm a comic book kid. You get me, man? I love my comic books. Man, I love watching my TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Avengers and them thing there. But when I was younger, I was more on a DC thing. Cause you see Batman, yeah, the Justice League animated show, Young Justice here and there. What? Crypto the Superdog? You dumb? That was a bad boy TV show when I was a kid. So yeah, I was very much in it. And then obviously when Marvel started, and obviously the Batman films, Dark Knight, them Superman films were good as well.
Is Joker DC as well?
Yeah, Joker DC. Yeah, I loved the whole DC thing. For me, it was better, and I was a massive Green Lantern fan as a kid. I don't know why, I just loved it. And then obviously Marvel started dominating the cinema game, started dominating the media. So I was like, cool. I guess this is where we are now because DC weren't pulling their weight when it came to films, and I was into it. And up until like Endgame, it was unbelievable. Like the way they do the film, unbelievable. It's fantastic. And then from there, it started to fall off a little bit. I don't know what's happened there. The TV shows, some of them are decent. Not the rest of them are a bit naff.
Is that like, where do you watch that then?
Disney Plus, the Disney Plus series.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them are decent. Rest of them are a bit dead. And then when you're comparing what Marvel are releasing on Disney Plus, comparing to what the man them at Star Wars are releasing on Disney Plus, the disparity in quality is a bit too much. Because you've got stuff like The Mandalorian, you got Obi-Wan Kenobi, all of that, what's it called, Andor, like proper class TV shows. And then you're going to Marvel, see what they're doing, and it's Miss Marvel. And even that one was a bit, like, listen, I get what they were trying to do there, but it's not Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel stretched you. Tell me why she got some crystal hand. What did you do? You had one job. There's a lot of the Marvel shows, they're kind of upsetting, they're underwhelming, but it's calm. But yeah, like I said, Marvel need to fix up their thing because like what I've seen DC are lining up for themselves in the near future. I'm going to quote my brethren Kevo. I'm going to get you on a show. Kevin, I'm getting you on a show soon. Listen, they need to close the back door because DC's around the corner. You get it? Close the back door. Let me get... Close the back door. Alright, cool. Yeah. Just they need to look out, you know what I'm saying? You need to check their mirrors because, you know what I'm saying, Hamilton's coming. I'm joking. Mercedes right now letting me down, man. I can't, bro. Like, alright, first race of the season, little F1 tangent, yeah. Mercedes, man, them, we said we're going back to a black whip. I got excited. I said we're getting our lick back. We're not getting our lick back. Red Bull, Verstappen, you man can hold that for an extra year. You get me? Congratulations, hold that one. Next year, innit? We'll come back for it. Yeah, F1's a bit. I don't really enjoy sports, man. Sports is not fun for me, fam. Like what? Chelsea are suffering. My Brooklyn Nets are suffering. Mercedes is suffering. I got sacked. The sports. What's the point of watching sports or being involved in sports? All it's gonna do is just make you cry. Yeah. It's just nah, bro. It's too much loss.
I hear that.
It's too much loss. Like you're a United fan, so obviously you know what that's like. You know, holding 7 on the weekend's a bit crazy. 7.
Part time.
I hear that. So when you do 7-0, nah. But when you win Carabao Cup, you there. I hear that. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, fam. Sports is mad. I don't know how. Like, when I was watching the Bahrain Grand Prix, I was literally sat there and I'm thinking, a damn near 40-year-old man driving a black car is affecting my mood this much.
Wait, what?
Lewis Hamilton.
Oh.
I'm saying a 40-year-old man in a black car is messing up my mood this much.
He's 40.
I think so, yeah. He's close to 40. Yeah, bro, do you know how mad that is?
When do F1 drivers retire?
When they feel like the time is right. Really?
But you know, football is 30, 35.
Football is it's a lot more dependent on your body's ability, your physical. It's a lot more physically draining, you can say, because obviously you're running, you're having to actively use your muscles and things. Whereas these men is driving the car. That's not to say that these men ain't going through hell driving these cars. I mean, the G forces alone, mash up your brain. But I think with driving you can do it for a lot longer because it's not as active in the moment. Obviously, when they're training, these men train just as hard as any other athletes. But like when you're driving, really and truly, it's your left leg and foot, right leg and foot, your arms. You're not like running about, reason. Nah, it's not that thing. So when you're 40, you can still drive an F1, but like everyone's looking at you like, let's make sure he's still a bit sharp in the brain because we've got this young buck who's just as quick. Do you get it? Yeah, that's where it is. But yeah, F1's tough for me right now, but don't worry, bro. Listen, the boys in Brackley will be back in it. You get me? I was at Silverstone recently, actually, but I'm gonna get some guests who are people who are with me as guests on the show. We'll talk more about that because I need to talk about Masego. Yeah, you see, you know my guy. First episode. If you watch the first episode, if you haven't, go watch that. First episode, I spoke about my guys Anderson .Paak and Masego, and listen, their man there, amazing, like fantastic. And Masego just dropped an album recently, self-titled album. So already you know he thinks he's him. So in that moment I said, let's hear what he has to say. First playthrough, I finished it. I was conflicted.
Is it the song? Because I saw a video of like I think is it Who Is Masego or something like that?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh.
Wait, what was that about? Was you saying who he is and like where he came from?
I don't know. It was just a song, I think. Who Is Masego or something?
I don't think there's a song called Who Is Masego.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
But there might have been a video where it was like saying who he is and what he does in this upcoming album, maybe. But yeah, I was conflicted when I first heard it because like it wasn't the typical Masego sound I was used to, and I felt kind of like let down in a sense. But the next day, on my way to uni,
Two Sides.
Oh, Two Sides, yeah, that's a tune, Two Sides, yeah. I'm not a big fan of that tune, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Because I saw that on.
Because like listen, Two Sides, yeah, like the reason why I don't like it because he's talking about Gemini. I don't like star signs. I think it's modern day witchcraft. Star sign thing, nah, I don't go there. If I see a thing, yeah, and she starts talking about star signs, I run away.
Yeah.
You know that much. You already know she's not that stable upstairs. And Mandem as well. Mandem tried to tell me what's your star sign, I run away as well because you're clearly not stable. Why are you telling me, yeah, that because you were born on this day and the star was there, you're like this? I'm sorry, what?
I mean, some people are like, you know, it's just when they get obsessive with it, it's a bit jarring. You know what I mean? Like,
It's when you give it time of day is when it's jarring. You're telling me, yeah, because you were born on some type of moon sun, yeah, on the day where the sun said it was this way and the moon was a waning gibbous that night. So because of that, I'm fiery. Big man, you're just fiery. It doesn't matter when you were born. That's just how you are. And then, do you know what it is? This is the thing, right? It's a scam. Because you know what it is? They will say the most generic things about everybody. Like, oh, you're passionate. Bruv, everybody's passionate about the things they love, no? No one's going to say, like, you can go to a fan of Macclesfield Town. And if you tell them, yeah, Macclesfield's rubbish, you think it's not going to get passionate at the Fence Club? You're going to do it. The same way someone could say that, oh, what's it called? Say someone's got a car, that car is their pride and joy. Yeah. And they're driving a car, someone says, oh, your car's a bit ugly. You think he's not going to defend his car? Be like, what? My car's ugly. Have you seen your head? There you go. It's passion. There's passion in everything that you care about. So like, or you cuss a man's family. He's going to show passion. Or they'll say, or there'll be another one that said, you're calm. Bruv, you're telling me when I'm sitting down watching you on Netflix, I'm not calm.
you have a point.
You see what I'm saying, bro? You think I'm not gonna be calm? You think when I'm listening to my tune from Masego, I'm listening to music that's a bit like relaxed, it's mellow. You think I'm not gonna be calm? You think I'm gonna be jumping through the roof? I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, just chilling.
Yeah.
I'm saying, bro. So listen, those star signs, yeah, listen, leave that, Masego, leave that, yeah. Leave all of that business because it's not real. The memes I'm making you think it's real, it's not. Yeah, leave it alone. Alright, calm. But yeah, I was saying I had a second listen through to the album, and oh my days, brother, it's a classic. Is everything good on the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, calm, bro. It's a genuine classic. Like my people, if you're watching this right now, Go and stream Masego's album called Masego. Big Man Ting, like, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, it's just fantastic. I love the album. It's so fantastic, man. Oh my days. Masego. Yeah, man. He's just that guy, man. He really is him. Sorry?
Where's he from?
He's from America, and I think he's originally, heritage-wise, I think he's Jamaican and South African.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's a guy, man. He's a really, really good artist. Like, he's genuinely talented. Bro can sing, he can rap a little bit, man can play saxophone, piano. You list the instrument, he can do it. He's Mr. I Do Everything. He's got a tune called I Do Everything. Literally, he does everything. He's unbelievably talented. So, yeah, big up Masego, man. Honestly, he's so good. He's way too good. Yeah. So, yeah, we've waffled a bit. It's time to get into the meat and drink of the discussion.
Nitty gritty.
It's time to get down to business. So, if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you better follow me on Instagram at the Raw MKS. You better get to it. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, you better subscribe. You better like. You better comment, and you better share this with your brethren. Otherwise, there's gonna be problems. Yeah. Make sure you do. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to make sure you do that. Alright then, I even gave you extra time just to make sure you read that, because I know some of us have got some store systems, myself included. Yeah, so if you follow me on my socials, you would have seen the news, and you would have noticed by the lack of a follow-up, I no longer work with Broadcasting United. I got sacked, didn't leave. The Comunicado Oficial, they put in their page that I left. I didn't leave. I got sacked, and this is off the back of a massive turnaround in our season. Obviously, the first season was a shambles. I'll put my hand up and say my bad. Because I had a stinker.
Because your team actually won the first
season. They won the first season.
And then the second season, you took the manager role.
Yeah.
And then that's when...
Yeah, second season was horrendous. I was putting my hand up and saying my bad. That was one of the worst seasons in sporting history. So going from winning the title to finishing second to last is ridiculous. And I'll put my hand up and say my bad. If they sacked me from that, I'll be like, you know what, fair enough. I had a honker. But I didn't. And after that first season, there was a lot of factors surrounding, why we finished off so bad. A lot of new teams had joined the league, and like there were inconsistencies with our lineup because it just depended on who turned up that day. And there's various things, but I think for the majority of it, I would take blame because I'll be like, you know what, yeah, fair enough, that was horrendous. But then a new season came around, and I was like, cool, this is my redemption arc. This is where I prove to these lot that I am the one to take them back to where they were. That I will take them back to where they were, and that we will turn this around. And the first part of it was finishing in a better position than last. And when I say better position, not third last, I mean like we pushed ourselves up the table. And we did, because at the start of the season, it was just a simple league, innit? And at that start, I very much do remember vocalizing that our goal for this year was to finish in the top 4. That was the goal. To finish our top 4, we must have turnaround for finishing second to last. So I said, cool, that's what we're going for. And then around midway through the season, they said that we're going to have a traditional league, but the top 4, those who finish in the top 4 will be entered into a playoff structure. So we'd have a regular season and a playoffs, almost like the NBA. And so once they said there's going to be playoffs, I said to everyone, it is imperative that we make the playoffs. No ifs and buts about it. We must make the playoffs. And so we went about and we did it. We scraped it, but we did it.
Yeah.
And also by doing that, we also secured promotion to the Premier Division of the league structure.
Oh.
Because the league was getting big. So they wanted to expand the league and split it.
Is this still within the uni? Though?
Yeah, within the uni. Because there was two leagues. There was the midweek league and the Sunday league. And effectively, they wanted to bring them both together, almost like a merger. So to split them, it would have been the top 4 from ours, and then the top 2 from theirs, because I think there's only 4 teams in the Sunday league, and they were going to merge them together. So Once that was announced, I said, cool. We have to make the playoffs and we have to secure promotion to the Premier Division because I don't want to play in the Championship. You get me? Man, it's top class. You get? So once that was announced, I made it my mission to make sure we got there. And then we did it. Even though we scraped it down to the last day, we did it. We made it eventually. We done it. We made our way there. And that was through many adversities because, you know, first game of the season, I think like 4 or 5 of the players went on holiday. You know, players are going on holiday midway through the season. Some players just aren't turning up. We had no goalkeeper because our goalkeeper got injured at the start. Our replacement goalkeeper didn't have gloves, so he couldn't play. I think because of that game, we lost 7-1 or something. But that was out of my control because that's just what we had. Players not turning up, players getting injured. There were so many issues within that season. So many problems. But we were able to make it through and get top 4, which I'm very proud about. I'll still take it as an achievement. And we secured promotion. Now, come playoffs now, you were there because we actually were going to film the playoff journey. Yeah. We lost the first game. How was it? It was an early goal from the other team, right? And then from there, we were just chasing the game throughout. So it wasn't really able to ever actually like have a hold of the game. So it was rather unfortunate. I'll take blame. Maybe I didn't, you know, prepare the players correctly because they weren't switched on in their minds. And I was supposed to be the one to switch their minds on. But yeah, it wasn't ideal. But at the end of the game, I was like, you know what? We made the playoffs. We couldn't progress in the playoffs, but nonetheless, we made it. Next season in the Premier Division, we'll make a comeback. Then I think like, it must have been like a week later, I get a message from like the team admin person. He's not the captain, but he's like the guy who communicates with league officials the most. And he gave me a message like, dear Melvin. In fact, let me find the message. I'm pretty sure I still got the message on my phone. Let me find it. Yeah, it's like here it is. He's like, hello brother, listen, there's been many discussions from this year with campus football. Obviously it is not a great serious thing, but a group of players in the squad have stated clearly that we need to make some changes and stuff. We all feel like part of that change would be the managerial role, in which that is what's been most requested. I don't feel like it should be the end because you've done a lot of stuff for us this year in a productive way, and we know that production-wise our team is terrible with it. Maybe some were thinking of you taking that role and have video and everything production-wise, and not stress about team tactics and lineups and stuff. Let me know how you feel about this, and if you wanted to have a discussion, that's completely fine. Maybe get you to be production manager if you can't reply soon. That would be, if you can reply soon, that'd be great, mate. Apologies for the inconvenience. So, bear in mind, I'm in the shower, innit? So I'm in the shower, yeah. Man's listening to my podcast, innit? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting jiggy. I hear my notification. I said, huh? And it's like, sorry to bother you, man. I said, what's this? So now I read the message out. I was like, huh? Like, in the moment, like, for me, the world froze. I was like, wait, what? Because in my mind, like, I'm secure in my mind. Because I'm like, we achieved well this season. Like, we turned it around. So where does this come from? And then in the moment, I start thinking back. And on that day, I remember, like, a lot of them, man, were angry. A lot of the players were very angry. Like, when I saw someone off, he wouldn't even shake my hand. Another guy started effing and blinding at the end of the game. He didn't even play that well, but he started effing and blinding, saying, you know, manager is this, manager is that. And I'm thinking, what? And I remember one of them asking me, Melvin, are you coming back next year? I'm like, yeah. And he just like, kind of like kissed his teeth and shrugged and walked off. And I was like, what's that? But I didn't regard it. But then in that moment, I was like, wait, what? And so I'll go on the GC, right? That's where like some of the team are in there. And I'm like, yo, this guy just messaged me saying that some of the players don't want me around anymore and I'm getting sacked. Because I was confused about it, so I didn't know who it was. And bear in mind, in this GC, these are like the closest guys, the guys I'm closest with in the uni. And then the responses back are like, they catch me off guard. Like, some of them are kind of like laughing in a sense, sending memes as a response. And I'm thinking, wait, what? Like, it was very disorientating in that moment, because in that moment, I'm like, wait, so the people I'm in the GC with and I'm busting jokes and I'm laughing at, behind my back, they're having discussions about getting rid of me from a club. And I was like, wait, what? And so then I kind of go on a charge. I'm like, wait, what the heck is going on? Like, what are you lot saying? And then, like, some of them, I don't remember what some of the responses were in the moment, but I didn't like it at all. And then, yeah, so my reply to the guy's message from earlier, I was like, oh, so these discussions are being had behind my back. Calm, I'll go. And then he was trying to say, like, oh, no, like, I understand that, bro, but, like, if you want to have a conversation. And I was like, there's no point in having a conversation. Because if a group has come to an agreement on something already without me being involved about me, what are my words going to do to change their mind? Because there's no point in me exerting my energy to do all of that, because it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But even then, I went to the other GC where it was just some of the close guys, just to be like, yo, what's going on? What's actually been said? Because I need to know what's going on. Because you can't have a conversation about me, my job and what I've done, setting expectations that were never set at the start of the season, by the way. I gave them to myself, I achieved them, and then you turn around and say this wasn't good enough. Do you get it? It's like, say you work at a shop, right? You make tables. They said, we want you to make 5 tables today. By the end of the day, you've made 5 tables. You've gone to us like, yo boss, I made the 5 tables. I'll be here tomorrow. They're like, don't come tomorrow because you've underachieved.
It's like FIFA career mode. You do all the objectives.
Exactly. You shoot on objectives and you still get reviewed. They're like, wait, what? But I've done everything. And like, so I was, in fact, so this happened in like November. And then, this happened in December. And so after that, thankfully, I didn't have to go into uni because it was the end of the semester. And then I have to go until February. So I had like a month and a half to just clear my mind of it. Because at that point, like, my trust was all over the place. Because I was like, some of these people are people that I confide in with information about myself. Or I've shared personal stories with. And then for them to just like quickly rust me out of a team because they're upset about a result, it kind of like hurt me. I'll say it hurt me in a sense. It hurt. Because I was like, I've made sacrifices. I was ill. There were so many things going on around me at the time. And I still took the time away to, if I had to, wake up at 6, travel to the other side of London and be there with these people, and half of them didn't even want to turn up on time. I was making sacrifices, but it was me that had to take the whole blame. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I was the perfect manager, because I very much wasn't, yeah? There were definitely things I could have improved on, but they weren't brought up to me. So, like, in my mind, it never came to mind as in what do I have to do to change. I was doing what I thought was right. No one really vocalized, yo, you've got to do this, yo, you've got to do that. Then there was a point where there was a massive team crisis talk, and that was the first time where they vocalized some things. And I said, you know what, cool, my bad. I will take into account what you guys want more. And we just lost the game, and like these lot weren't happy at all. So we sit down for like 2 hours just discussing like the state of the club. And like that week, the players just weren't happy with the formation, because I was playing a simple formation, because I was like, we're not trying to do fancy here, we're just trying to get our goals and get off the pitch. They didn't like that. They said they wanted to run a formation that they decided, they found of themselves, they discovered themselves, they found a whole game plan. I said, you know what, if this is what you guys want to play, I will let you play that game, and I will just come along, I'll do the lineup you want, I'll be on a touchline to see if there's anything that I think could be improved, but this is on you. We had one of our worst games that season. And I said, all right, give me the keys. Gave me the keys, and we stabilised ourselves again, and we returned, and we made the playoffs. But there's more things to address. Listen, I made a whole bunch of notes on this situation, because there's a lot. There's a lot to get through. Where is it?
So do you still have beef with these men?
No. I mean, I go uni with them. So
was it ever beef, or was it just like animosity, tension?
There can be at times. I'll say it as it is. They're gonna be watching this anyway, so it's calm.
But it's always like good intentions, or like it's always.
At times there's an air of awkwardness around some of the players.
Right.
Some of them, it kind of come across a little bit rude from some of them. And then some actually just resume it as if nothing happened, and like just move on. And sometimes refer to me saying that, yo, I can't lie, you see what I've gone to the team, it wasn't your fault. Because I've gone, and some of the problems that were there are still very much there. And they've come to me like, yo, Melvin, it wasn't really your fault. I've had some try and like rekindle or like restart a friendship with me, and I appreciate that. And then some, there's like an air of remorse around them, and they're trying to rebuild a friendship because I don't know, in that case, they won't bring it up, they won't say if they were one of the people to say get rid of me, but it's part of it. And then there's some that, like, they know what happened, they're confused by what happened as well, because they didn't even know about the group chat where they were saying get rid of Melvin. So there's that part as well. There were players there that, like, I didn't even know this was happening. And there was some that was like, I was there, and you know what? My bad. But we had our reasons in it. And I was like, yeah, but you didn't have an open conversation with me, so I was never going to know. But we moved past it. There was a lack of, some of the players, so this is what some of the players said to me. They said there was a lack of training, there was a lack of tactics, and I didn't like have a presence in the team group chat. So I said, according to those things, they were the reasons as to why I got sacked. Now, you know what? Lack of tactics, I hear it. I'm not going to sit here and act like man's one of them man that play FM on the weekends, yeah? Saying, I want someone to press on the Jen thing, I need a Ram Deuter, I need inverted fullbacks and wing back. I'm not on that. Man, I'm a direct man. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, yo, play out to the wings, spread the play and bring it in the box. Or I want passes and off-ball movement. I will say that to generalise what I want. But maybe my communication wasn't that clear. So you know what? I hear that, my bad. Lack of training sessions, fair enough. But most of the team live in Wembley. I live on the opposite side of London. So me travelling to Wembley all the time, it's a lot for me in the first place to go to uni. Then to stay after, do training sessions, all of that, coaching sessions, it's a lot for me because I don't necessarily have the time because there's so many other things that I need to get to. Unfortunately for them, Broadcast United was not the number one thing in my life. I can't do that. There's so many other things I had to manage. Now, in the team, I had an assistant coach, best believe, who, when I was appointed, it was kind of communicated that they would be taking care of the training front. But they didn't. They were the goalkeeper for a team. He was the goalkeeper, assistant coach, who got injured in the second season. He was kind of meant to take front on it, but he didn't. But I'm not going to hold it against him because he's probably busy as well. He has to travel across London to get to where most of the team is as well. And then in our second season, where we finished 4th, we had a quote-unquote technical director who was supposed to run it. He's got badges, he's got coaches' badges, everything. So he knows how to coach for real. He didn't do it because, like, I don't know, you must see the team that's like, I'm not wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, so that was one thing. So, you know, I hate it for the lack of training, but I remember saying that, yo, you man can put together your own sessions so you can continue to familiarize yourself with each other, playing alongside each other. Because I'm not going to be able to be there because I'm travelling across London. But there's nothing stopping you guys from doing so. They never put together sessions, but it's fine if it's on me. I don't mind taking it. And another thing was presence in the group chat. For me, that is nonsense. I'm not going to lie to you. That is foolishness. What do you mean a lack of presence in the group chat is why I got sacked? Bro, who told you I'm supposed to be in a group chat 24/7 busting bands? It's a football team group chat. All I have to do as a manager is say, yo, this is the lineup, this is the bench, who's going to be here in the game. Those are the things I really and truly have to do. I don't have to be in there asking people, oh, how's your mum? Is she alright? Or what's going on the weekend? You might want to link up. That's not my job. You know, I've got so many other things in the pattern and put in place. But it's my lack of presence in the GC. That one, I think they just kind of pulled that one out the hat. I don't think that was a legitimate reason. Also, there were 2 people who quit on our team. One quit on the team because he was upset about game time, didn't want to play again.
What, released the contract?
Huh?
You released the contract?
I didn't release the contract. He tore it up and never wanted to play again. And then there was another player who walked out of the team because he said he fell out of love with playing.
Can you drop the names?
I'm not dropping names.
Okay.
I'm not dropping names. No.
Well, can you tell me? We just... No.
I'm not, bro. I'm not dropping names, bro. I'm not dropping names. I'm seeing these people every day. Like, these are people I'm gonna have to work on projects with. You get me? So my grade may be imbalanced because of them.
Your grade?
Yeah, if we're doing group projects, obviously my grade can be affected by them, you know. So I'm not trying to...
So is it deep then? Like,
Sorry?
so is it that deep?
It's not that deep, but I just rather not say who's who.
Fair.
And if they want to know if it's them, they can come up and speak to me, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. It's
No
nothing,
worries.
nothing, man. But yeah, so one person walked out in the team, another person left the team because he said he didn't enjoy playing football anymore. They replaced me with them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like the new manager structure. I ain't really got anything against them. They can do what they do. But they also come back to me and said, Joel, the whole thing, that wasn't your fault still. I can't even lie. Yeah. Another thing, what's it called? They mentioned that they mentioned a player that was part of the reason as to why I got sacked, and they were saying that my management of them wasn't good. But in the first season, I used them quite a lot, and they played very well, despite all the issues around it. Second season, they didn't really keep up to it, and what's it called? There was a game we played where our starting fullback wasn't available, so I put him there. Once our fullback came along, I was saying, cool, get warm, I'm going to bring you on the pitch because you're a starting player. The other player started looking at me like, what? No, I'm not coming off now. What do you mean I'm coming off? Bro, I just got here. And I was like, you know what, cool, we can stay in the game. Off of that moment, we conceded from a mistake they made. Now, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm not saying it's your fault, but this is where it is. Now, people in the team said that the reason why he may have made that mistake is because he's a confidence player. And so because I didn't show confidence in him, he made a mistake. But the funny thing is, it's those same players that said he's a confidence player will turn around and slate him behind his back when he's not there. Do you get? The person that messaged me saying, yo, these guys want to get rid of you, they went to him saying, okay, you send the message. But behind his back, they will also slate him and take the mick out of him.
Right.
So there's all these little issues within the team where there's even like disrespect amongst the players themselves. But it was me that took the brunt saying that, yo, you're the reason why we're not playing well. You know, there's issues there. Also, some of the people that said that they should get rid of me turned out to actually be some of my signings. So some of the players that I said, cool, let's add you to the team. They were some of the people saying get rid of me. So that's another thing. So there was a betrayal there because I said, I brought you in here and now you want to kick me out of the club. Like, imagine I bring you to the club and then you're telling security to kick me out of the club because I'm causing a problem. You kind of see where...
Or like, I tell you to get out your own house.
You know what I'm saying? You come to my yard and now told me to get out of my yard. Do you see it? It's a madness. What else is there? There were some players in the club and people not associated with the club that were saying that they don't understand why I've been sacked. They're like, we've seen the issues within the team and it doesn't really feel like it's you. I'm not going to say like I'm innocent. Bro, there are definitely things I could have done better. That's without a doubt. Like, let's get that out the way. I definitely could have been a better manager without a doubt. But to full extent of sacking me is extreme. People came along, said that, yo, I don't really see where it's your fault. The day I got sacked, the day after I had to go to the campus to sort some work out. And I've seen some other people from other teams who are in the league. Now they've come to me and like, hey, yo, Mova, what's going on? Why did you get sacked? And then in that moment, like, the shame, the embarrassment that I felt, I hated it. And what I hated even more was the fact that when they say, yo, why'd you get sacked? I had to look them in the eye and say, I don't know. Like, genuinely, I have no idea. I don't understand why. I don't know why. It's just how things are. So yeah, that was another thing. Now, in terms of how the season went, there was a whole load of things. I think we won 3 games and lost 4. So it was a negative record nonetheless, but we were able to make the playoffs still. Now, with regards to how the league is, a lot of people within the team agreed with me because I said, what do you think of the quality of the league? Has it improved? And they're like, yes, there's a lot more better teams within the league compared to when we first started. I said, cool. Now, with the improvement of the quality in the league, you kind of can understand where performances may go down a bit because you're not coming up against the meaty teams you're playing against before. Before, you were playing Everton and Southampton every week. Now, Everton and Southampton are there, But then now you've got Man City and Liverpool and Arsenal. I can't believe I'm saying that, Arsenal. You've now got, you know, City, Arsenal and Liverpool up there with you now. Do you get it? So it's not as easy. So that kind of is part of the reason why performances haven't been as good. Hold on, let me get this tissue real quick. Oh. Yeah, so that's part of the reason as to why performances haven't been that great. And also, like I said earlier, there was injuries, absentees, there's so many things, like, so there wasn't like a fixed 11, because every week it would change. 1 week this person's here, the next 2 weeks they're not. 1 week someone's here, then they get injured. Or like the person won't turn up for 4 weeks, turn up 1 week and they're gone again. Like there was so many inconsistencies, so I never really had the ability to say this is my 11, because it changed. It just depended on who turned up. You get me? So the last person on the bench who really and truly don't really give seconds or minutes to you has to end up being a starting player, because everyone between him and the gaps in the starting 11, the people between him to fill it aren't there. So now we have to go to the last one on the bench to start. You know what I'm saying? In a not an ideal situation. So it's just how it is.
Can I ask? So you admit you wasn't the greatest manager?
Yeah, absolutely.
So say if you didn't get sacked, what like changes would you have made for the next season?
Well, had the issues been vocalized to me, I would have gone about and said, cool, I will try and find a way out of my time to run up training sessions, even if it's not training sessions, just team bonding things. Right. So things that we do as a collective to improve our team. If they vocalized the problems with me, I would have been more vocal. I would have done further research on a play style that I like and want to implement with our team and our players. I would have done the extra things that I needed to do to improve.
Like meetings or like just more together stuff.
Yeah, I would have done more of those, but it wasn't vocalized to me, so they just said go away, and I was like, huh? And then they told me the reasons why, rather than saying, yo, this season, this is what happened, we weren't that happy with it, we're going to give you one more chance, these are the things you need to improve. That wasn't the case. It was just, boom, you're gone. You get, the expectations weren't ever given to me from the jump. They said that, what's it called? Yeah, what's it called? Player attitude towards the game as well. It stunk. It reeked. Definitely. It reeked. Like, you were there at the start, right? The first season. 1 week, this brother's here. You won't see him again for 4 weeks. And then when they're back, they're like, am I starting? Yo, what's going on? Let me get back in the starting level. I'm like, bro, you haven't been there for weeks. We've moved on.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, especially from the documentary.
Yeah.
I found there was a lot of like, I mean, I guess it's football. There's gonna be clashes and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe there was a bit too much. I felt like just, you know what I mean, just not enough
camaraderie.
Yeah.
Unity. Yeah. It reeks. Like, you'd have a loss, or sorry, you'd concede a goal, and you think in the moment the team would be like, "Ayo, come on, boys, let's get together. Let's get back in this game." No, it's, what you doing? You're so rubbish. Rare take this effing and blinding and dissing and datting and I think I'm just on touchline. I'm like, what's going on?
The captain was great though. Was it Kevin? I think.
Kev, yeah. Kev's the guy. Kev's the guy, man. Kev, you're gonna be on the show soon, bro. Don't worry. Kevin's my guy. Yeah. He would be like, yo, let's motivate the team, and he'll look to me and be like, yo, I need a hand here motivating these lot. They just all shout at each other like, bro, let's get to the team. And I would be like shouting like, boys, heads up, like, what's going on? Why are we fighting each other? Let's communicate clearly, let's communicate nicely, and let's work towards the goal. And like, even then, when they said the lack of tactics, it just came to my mind. They would say that Melvin had no tactics, but I was very much on the thing of, you can't let the defence do all the defending. You have to defend as a unit. And the games where they actually let it in their mind, when I said, please defend as a team, we had greater performances. I said, you need to... It's alright. I said, like, you need to defend as a team, because if you don't defend as a team, it's not going to happen. You all need to actually have an active effort in defending, because you can't all get excited when you have the ball, try and score a goal, and then when you lose it, you just stand still. Yeah, you have to get involved in it. So, yeah, back on play attitude, it stinks. It's horrific. Like, there's too many egos in the team. There's people that think they are him, but they're very much not. People think that they are the best player on the team and they're not, or the star of the team and they're not. You've got role players talking like they're the starting 11. You've got bench players talking like they start. It was all over the place, and like it. And there were times where I tried to. The thing is, I couldn't, because me, I'm a very like realistic person. So I'll chat to you and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna keep it a being with you. You're good, but you're not. Do you get? You can get there, but right now you're here, and you have to accept that." But I felt like I wasn't able to do that with the players just because of the attitude they'd shown. Do you get? Like, there was a time when Sammy, who was here last week, he said he was watching us, and then he tried to like bring a message across to a player, and the player was like, "What? You can't tell me nothing. What? Have you ever played in an academy?" When this is just a guy just trying to give you a heads up, like, "Yo, you see what you did? If you do this, it could probably be better next time." Just give him the heads up. He's come back saying, "Oh, you can't tell me nothing. You never played in no academy. And man's like an academy player, rare tear." And I'm thinking, bro. So when I'm seeing that, I'm thinking, are you coachable? Because you can be a great player, but if you're not coachable, it's not going to be great for you. Do you get it? What else is there? Yeah, the player egos were just insane. As I mentioned, they managed themselves for a game, and we had one of our worst performances. So it was a tough one. Also, one thing I would definitely bring up, there was a lack of respect for me as a person in many ways, because like from the first game ever in the first season, someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, so what, are you the manager?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm the new manager." It's like, and then he turned around to like some of us like, "Why do we need a manager for, bro? Like, what do we have a manager for? We won. We're champions. Why do we need a manager? We don't need you here. Just stand there." So like from that moment, from the very man, a ball hasn't been kicked yet. So from that moment, the player hasn't given me the respect as a person or as a manager to say, "Oh, you're the coach, yeah, cool. Just let me know what you want me to do, and I'll let you know if it sounds right." Like straight away, it's like, we don't need you. From the jump, I've been told we don't need you. So like from that moment, that kind of set pace really, and like through the whole thing, like when I'm saying this person's starting, they'll be like, "What? Why is he starting? Why isn't this person starting?" If I drop someone from the lineup because I feel like that's the best decision to make, I'm getting a whole lot of back to saying, "What? You can't drop him, rare tear, all of this." When I've literally vocalized my reasons, they just don't want to hear it. They want to run a team how they want the team to be run. So they're like, "You're the manager, but I'm telling you what to do as the manager." That's how I kind of felt in that moment. Or even like you saw from the first season, players are saying, "When am I coming on? When am I coming on? When am I coming on?" They're like, "Am I coming on or not?" Or if I'm not coming on, I'm going home. Like, it's a lot for me to manage. I'm trying to manage the game here. I'm also having to manage a whole bunch of adults to say on the bench in my ear, bickering and talking all sorts of nonsense. And then at the end of the game, they're all fighting. I'm trying to be like, "Yo, calm down. People are doing up, putting people in giving people the people's elbow. I'm seeing Stone Cold Stunners. Like, it's crazy."
Carrying dynamite.
I'm literally like, bro, I'm carrying dynamite here. I'm trying to be like I'm trying to blow out the flame, like, and it's not going. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna blow. I'm like, calm down. It's not going. So there's all of that, and then I think for me, what really put the nail in the coffin was two things. One was that when I got sacked and I was trying to like get an explanation, they're kind of going in circles. So I already knew like their reasonings weren't that stable. But I was like, they were like, "We don't want you to go, we just want you to film us." And I was like, "Okay, hold on. So you don't want me to be the manager, but you want me to be there to make you look good on camera, and then put you in a nice studio with clip-on mics to interview you, and then you can post Instagram like, yeah, man's in the documentary, rare tear, all of that." So at that point, for me, it felt like a disrespect. Can you kind of see where I'm coming from?
I mean, I guess, but
What do you think? Tell me what you think, really.
I wouldn't really take it as a disrespect, because they want you to be part of them still.
Not really.
Nah.
They're not saying that like we want. They literally said like we don't want you to, because how it came across to me is like we don't want you to impact or influence our team, but we like the fact that you bring a camera and you make us look nice on camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah.
Because even in the moment, like, they were like, yeah, you're not the guy to help us, all of that. Like, there was some direct jabs coming along. They were like, oh, but like, if you want to film our store, you can film our store, so yeah, you can do that. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then they came back again like a day later, or in the same evening, like, are you sure you don't want to film our store? Because like it could be good, innit? Like, we're giving you the opportunity. That's how they said it. When I made the opportunity myself. Their first season, not one of them thought, let me pick up a camera and film this and make it. Not one of them thought that. It was me that came up with the idea and reached out to you saying, yo, what do you think of this? Do you think this could be a good project?
Yeah.
So they went and spun my creativity,
right,
our creativity, and spun it as in they gave that to us. When it's our child. Literally. Oh yeah, hold on, pause. But like, the Broadcast United documentary and almost their online presence now is the construction of me and your minds together.
Yeah.
And then for them to say, cool, you're gone, but we're going to give you the opportunity to do this, it felt like a disrespect to my work, our work. Because I was like, we made this opportunity, you didn't give it to us. You didn't come to me saying, yo, Melvin, have you thought about doing this? I made it. So can you kind of see where I'm coming from?
I do. I see where you're coming from, but then I don't know. I also see the other side as well, where it's just like, and you know, just I don't know. It's just not really that serious.
Maybe. Well, I mean, like, cause I don't know. There's emotions, there's feelings, and everything attached to it. So the way I perceive it probably be different to you, innit? I get it.
Yeah, because maybe because I'm already on the media
side of it, yeah. So you're like, bro, like just keep on filming, what the hell?
Yeah.
But then I'm there, like I've made sacrifices, I've made
Right.
investments, I've lost money off of this thing, and yeah,
I see. Yeah.
I've made investments in time, financially, physically. Like there's so many things I put into place for this. But yeah, but the final thing that it really hit the thing for me, and like it really like disorientates my trust with some of the people in the class, in the university, because I genuinely don't know who it is to this day. There was an anonymous hate page.
So
Yes.
hate page.
Yes. They made an anonymous Melvin Out page where they would, bro, like at the start, yeah, I was like, okay, this is bangs. But then it kind of got extensive because there were some posts that they made. I'm like, okay, these are things that only people in my personal circle would know about. Like, bro, it started with Melvin Out because I dropped a player from the starting lineup. Literally spontaneous. Are you cutting it again?
I was just changing up the ISO, but we do need to change the battery.
Yeah, cool. Let's stop it here. There was an anonymous hate page made about me. Now it started from when I dropped one of the players because really and truly I was just annoyed with them, so it was kind of like a disciplinary thing, and there was a whole lot of back and forth about it. There was a whole lot of argument about it. I'll be real, it's a very argumentative lot. The environment is, I hate using this word because I think it's stupid, but in this term, I think it might be right. It was a slightly toxic environment because like, it was a very, very argumentative environment to be in. But it was a saying, yeah, they made an anonymous hate page. And then it went to the point of like, they would regularly post things saying, let's sack Melvin, get rid of Melvin. He's a useless manager. He's a SH manager. I try not to swear on this channel because I'm trying to keep it family friendly. But yeah, he was a sugar honey iced tea manager. There was so many things. And then like the day that my sacking got announced, that page came up on my feed. And the reason why it came up on my feed is because people that I know in the team followed that page and interacted with that page on a regular basis. So first of all, that is a no-no. Second of all, nobody owned up to who made that page. Whoever was in that page was in the Broadcasting United group chat. So it was someone on the team made that page and thought, yeah, let's run this. And then when I realized that it was somebody relatively close to me, was because of a specific post.
Oh, so you found that you know who it is?
I don't know who it is to this day. No one's owned up to it, but I know it was somebody that I refer to as a close person. Reason being is because they were making all types of jokes about Melvin being sacked. They were going onto Photoshop making Fabrizio Romano posts saying that here we go, Melvin's getting sacked from Broadcast United. They were doing a lot.
That's a bit weird.
Then there was one. You know what? I've got a few screenshots, so I'll send them to you. And if you want to put them in the edit so that they can see them in it. But one post that really struck home was that they all said, "Oh, Melvin's been sacked," and it was like something along the lines of, this is what's going to be on Melvin's playlist tonight. And you know what the song was?
What's that?
What Can We Do? Anderson .Paak. If I run a tune, you'll understand it, bro. I'm not trying to make your edit too long, but just for the cut, innit?
Well, so they didn't even approach you in person or
To this day.
They just decided
to this day.
Make an anonymous
to this day.
Instagram account.
To this day. There's even, people even made private Instagram accounts to comment saying, "Oh, Melvin's a rubbish manager," and thing. That's how it is. No one had the cojones to come to me in my face and say, "Yo, Melvin, this is what's going on. I don't rate you."
But why do you think that why would that be the case? What, did you not have? I don't know. Did you not have a good relationship with them, or
I feel like, you see me, yeah. I do what I can to be peaceful with every single person that I know. Oh, you know what? Let me just play the song real quick here.
Sure.
Oh gosh. So you can see the melody, right? Then it goes to. This is it. Now, hold on. Now the people on my private story know that's my meme song. So when I do league racing, when I'm F1 and I crash out, I'd be like, "Okay, Google, play What Can We Do?" Because I'm like, "Oh no, my life is rubbish." You know what I mean? As a joke. Someone who watches that private story on a regular basis made that joke. So I know it is somebody who I refer to as a close person, who I saw as a close person, that made that page. Now, what was the thing you were saying about? You were saying something.
Just why they would do that.
I don't know. Listen. I feel like I'm an approachable person. So if you have something to say to me, you can say it to me. We can have an honest discussion about it, and we can move on from it with no one, wanting to fight somebody or spark someone in a draw or anything. Do you get? But I guess with these lot, they just, bro, to this day, the person who made that page hasn't revealed who they are. Or I feel like there might be a group of people who know who it is, but they're not going to say. Because they're like, "Oh, don't tell them it's me." I don't know. So much, bro. Listen, I know the team's watching this. Listen, if you made that page, come and chat to me, bro. Bro, it's calm. You can say who you are. I'm not there anymore. It don't matter. You can literally say who you are. But just to nail down the point, we're talking about a group of people here who went about their way. A group of people, could be an individual group of people. Someone in a group of people went out of their way to make an anonymous hate page about me. Let the kitchen sink in. Let it sink in. Somebody went out. Let me get the mic real quick, fam. Come here, man. Listen. Somebody went out of their way to make an anonymous hate page about me being a manager of a recreational league team. Recreational. Let that sink in. This isn't a Premier League team. This isn't a team in the Champions League or the Premiership or La Liga. This is a recreational league that is not in the English football pyramid. And they went out of their way to make a hate page about me. So it for me, it made me feel like, raw, these are the people I'm dealing with. So in a certain sense, I'm cool with it now. I've accepted it. I'm going to let it be. But two things I'd say. One, the problems that were quote unquote my fault, and happened during my tenure, they will continue to happen. They will still be there. The team will still take on losses. The team will still fight each other. They won't communicate, and they will all slay each other behind each other's backs. That is still going to continue no matter what. Their attitude to the game stinks, and that is going to hold them back forever. Yeah, that's not even on a hater thing. That's just this is just an astute observation. Yeah, and then secondly, from my seeing of what happened there, I can be civil with them and I can be cool with them, but I feel like in a certain setting, I would not be able to work with these people because I feel like the communication skills are poor, so they weren't vocalizing what they really thought to me in a peaceful manner. If you feel like you can't say it in a nice way, then there's a problem. Because if they say you made an edit, right? I can come to you and be like, you know what, yeah, this is calm, but if you tweak this, I think it could be that better. If you can't do that to me in that footballing sense, saying like, yo, what you're doing is all right, but I feel like you should do this to make yourself better and make the team better. If you can't do that, and the way for you to vocalize it, to make an anonymous hate page, there's a problem. And in a professional setting, that can't run. So I wouldn't work with you in that sense at all. Do you get? Yeah, I spent quite a bit talking about them. I can't lie. The recording's come to like an hour 7. That's insane. Yeah. Listen, alright? So yeah, I'm not working with Broadcast United anymore. I don't think I'll ever work with them again. Yeah, it is what it is. There's no hate or animosity, but if it's just that I feel like there's a lot of unaddressed things that still haven't been addressed, and I don't know if they ever will be addressed. If a player wants to come to me, if the people want to come to me and have a conversation about it, yo, I'm in your uni innit, so come chat to me. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you probably got my number. Call me. You've got me. You got my number. Got my Snap. You got my Insta. Let's shout me, bro. Yeah. That's what I gotta say on that still. Yeah, man. That's it. There's a lot of problems there, but thankfully it's no longer my responsibility. Did you get it? So yeah, man. That's it. Big up the man then. Just to wrap up the show, I put out an Instagram post saying there's anything you want me to talk about. I got some responses. They're going to be very quick responses, I'm not going to lie to you, because some of them, they're topics I'm scared to speak about, I can't lie.
Alright.
Well, first one, dating in the 21st century. I don't. Simple, I don't. I'm retired. I'm firmly enjoying my retirement. I don't want to go back because the streets are cold and I don't like the cold. So yeah, let me enjoy my retirement in peace. The pressure of getting to the end of uni. Listen, I don't feel like there's a pressure. I just feel like you just have to make sacrifices. Like, I know uni is very time consuming. So the time you're using to watch the new season of You on Netflix, maybe use half of that time to get your work done and do a bit of research. Or that time you're using to go on holiday midway through semester, maybe cancel the holiday and just do this. Or that party you're going to go to where you know you're going to wake up tomorrow feeling like you wasted your time, maybe use that time to do your essay. Do a bit of revision. That's what I've got to say. And then the third one was mental health in men. That's a whole episode. That's a whole episode. Yeah. So when the time is right, we'll get to it. In fact, no, when Kev's on the show, Kev is really good at the mental stuff. I'll give it to him. So when Kev is on the show, we'll talk about that more. But yeah, as always, if you've got anything you want me to talk about, hit me up on any of my socials. Once again, thanks to Nathan for being behind the cameras as always. He's the GOAT with this thing. Big shout out to my sister. And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, share this about with your people them. Follow me on my socials at the Royal MKS. And I'll catch you next time on the couch. Safe.